Talk about communication. Something which has a very, very profound impact on our life. So one question I'll start by asking you, and I'd like to have an answer. When is it that you are not communicating? Simple question. When is it that you are not communicating? Yes, Baligam?
Yeah, when even the silence is also sometimes it is a communication. That's what I feel. And
That's
when
what I asked you. When is it that you are not communicating?
there is something is there in your mind, and you wanted other person wanted to know, but you are not put it either through your silence or not through your words to him. That is what I think that we are not communicating. It is there in the mind.
Okay. I'm not saying what do you not communicate. But
Yeah.
thanks for the answer anyway. My question is when are you not communicating? I seen your hand, Jinesh. I'll call you. Reddy
When
Garu.
you listening?
Raise your hand first. Yeah.
Sir,
Reddy Garu.
sir, when you are stuck in some point where you feel that there's no point in communicating, then you don't communicate, sir.
Are you sure? Then also you are communicating. Think about it.
Okay, sir.
Gautam.
Morning, everybody. When I failed or unsuccessful, so that I never communicate. Right?
No, you don't speak to the other person, but you're still communicating. Yes, Malika.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. When you are listening to others, you are not communicating with.
Well, maybe. Thank you very much. Yeah, Jinesh, you wanted to say something?
You are on mute, sir. Janesh, sir, you are on mute. You need to unmute.
Thank you, sir. I have a feeling that when you are in a deep meditative state, then you are not communicating anything.
Maybe right. Thank you so much. Yes, Kalraj.
Namaste once again to everyone. I think it's only after your death. After your death, you stop communicating. Even at the time of death, you are communicating something. That's all. Thereafter, so as long as you are on this earth, you are communicating, whether silently or through verbal or in many ways. Just that is the way I look at it.
Okay, very nice. Thank you very much. Abhinav?
Well, same answer what Kalraj did. Even after 2,500 years after your death, you still communicate. You have a relationship with, for Rama, Krishna, Jesus Christ. This, you are always communicating.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Vilas?
When you leave this world.
When you leave this world, yeah. Vaidyanathan?
Sir, when you don't have any requirements, sir, when you're actually satisfied, there is nothing you require. You want to communicate something when you require something, or someone requires something from you.
Okay. So, thank you very much, everybody, for sharing. At least you shared. Now, consider what I'm saying. You are always communicating. Most of you are talking about communicating with other people. Right? I'm saying most of the time we are communicating. And who are you communicating with most of the time? You will notice that you're always having this internal dialogue happening. Now, you may be aware of it, or you may not be being aware of it. Got it? And that dialogue that you have with yourself has a very profound impact on your life. So what are you communicating to yourself? I mean, what's going on inside of you? Is there inner noise going on? Or is there an inner voice going on? And which one are you listening to? Now listen to what I'm saying right now. Thank you, Ashok ji. We are communicating with ourselves all the time. What we call as our thinking is nothing but ourselves talking to ourselves. Even as you're listening to me, are you really listening to me? Or are you listening to what you are saying about what I'm saying to you? Dwell on it for a moment. Acha, Sukhdeepak is saying like this, but I think he should be also thinking like this, and there is this, and there is this. Who are you really listening to? And who are you really talking to? Now, we are not saying that this is good or bad or right or wrong, anything of that sort. Being aware that you have a self-talk, and that self-talk can be something which I call as noise. What's the difference between noise and something meaningful?
Too many thoughts crisscrossing the mind to enable us form opinions with noise.
Yeah, you can call that noise. Anybody else? What is noise and what is the real inner voice? Because we could be listening to both. For the purpose of this classification, I'll say what you're saying to yourself all the time, the running dialogue. Should I do this? Should I not do it? What is he trying to say now? Where is this going? Where is this dialogue progressing? How will I benefit from this? What am I going to do as soon as the MC is over? Blah, blah, blah. That's one kind of conversation going on in your head, right? Somebody says, hey, will you come with me? We will go and have a wonderful trip in Chennai. And your mind is saying, Acha, go with him. I mean, I'd rather go with some more interesting people. I mean, why should I go to Chennai? If I have to go to Chennai, I'll go to a better place than Chennai. All that is going on. And on the face of it, you're saying, yeah, I'll think about it. And you're thinking about it. Arey Baba, it will cost so much money. Where am I going to stay? Will I get a nice place to stay? It's always going on. Yes, Colonel Saab.
The noise is when there is a debate, discussion, confusion born out of this, what that is happening in your mouth, in your mind, when you hear something or when you are thinking of something. But voice is providing clarity to you. I mean, with all this noise, there is something which tells you, go ahead, do this or don't do this. It gives you force of action. You may listen to it or not listen to it, that is different. But there is a sanity which is coming out of this noise. I think that is.
I think you've got a very good point there. What I will say is, if you go beyond the noise, you may listen to something else which is there beneath it. You know, that's where it's going to, this conversation. Now, if you are in a state of awareness, you will notice that your inner noise, mostly it's like about doubt, it is about judgment. When you're judging, oh, this is right, this is wrong, I agree, I don't agree, I like what he's saying, I don't like what he's saying. Or you're saying in your mind, you're saying all this, that this is not making any sense to me, or this is very difficult to understand, blah, 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 blah. That is going on in your mind. That is noise. Doubt, judgment, fear, comparison, overthinking also that we do from time to time. There is nothing right or wrong. I think it's good to remember that. If this constant chatter that you are doing, chatter, talk, twit, blah, blah, going on all the time, if you were able to silence it, like sometimes we do it by going into a state of higher awareness, and we might start listening to something else. That's one thing. Number two, if you are really listening to yourself and you realize that this is noise and it is not taking me forward, you can always change what you're saying to yourself, isn't it? If you notice that your mind is just getting into a loop of judging, comparing, doubting. Can I do this? Can I not do this? Can I trust this person? Can I not trust this person? You can replace it with a thought that might empower you. What is the thought that will empower you? When you have this noise, and like I said, noise consisting of fear, doubt, judgment, comparison, overthinking. When you notice that your mind is doing that, what should you replace it with? This loop is running through your brain. It's not making you move forward. It is just going on and on in the background, correct? I'm saying that as a human being, as a grown human being, we have a choice about what to put in our brain. Now, suppose your brain is saying, oh, this is my habit, I am addicted to it, I cannot change it, it's not possible for me. Whose thought is it? Your thought. Who can change that thought?
We can.
If you keep saying, I can't do it, this is not possible for me, I have tried many times and I failed, what to do, this is the kind of person I am, blah, blah, blah. Should you allow that kind of conversation to stay in your brain? Now, if we are able to be aware, see, the sad thing is that we are doing this self-talk and we don't even know that we are doing it. It's just happening in the default mode. So the moment you realize, hey, this is what I'm doing, should I allow this thought to be there? Can I replace it with something else? And remember, we talk a lot about affirmations. You can always replace it with an affirmation, which is a positive statement. And you tell that to your mind again and again. So I have a practice which I'll share with you. Anytime I notice that negative thoughts are coming into my mind, like I've got this severe back problem for the last couple of days. I do not know how it happened. And I was going on thinking, oh, I have to travel on the 4th. How will I go? It's a long journey. My back should not become worse. I noticed that immediately and I replaced it with go to a bloody doctor immediately. Oh, positive thought. And then again, if the thought was coming into my mind, I would say, all of life comes to me with ease, joy and glory. All of life comes to me with ease, joy and glory. And if still that thing does not go, then I have this access consciousness crazy statement. It's a wonderful statement. It disrupts your brain. And you know what that statement is? Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Everything. Now my brain is free from that non-stop loop that's going on, and I can replace it with an affirmation. I can replace with an action thought. Okay? So that is one thing that we can do. Now there's another very powerful thing, that if you are able to silence your mind, I hope you remember we did a session on pause. Remember, pause, stop, breathe 3 or 4 times, silence your brain, get into a awareness state, and then you will see that your inner voice, a very, very powerful voice from your subconscious mind, that may be saying something to you and you may want to listen to it. What is the inner voice? It is your intuition. It is your wisdom and knowing that you are having from so many janmas. Okay? The inner truth, the lightness. Now, a lot of times people will ask me, sir, how do I know the difference between noise, which is loud, and my voice, which is very sukshma, it's very subtle. So when this loud noise is going on in your mind, you can always say, whose thought is this? Who does it belong to? Keep saying this to yourself. Who does this belong to? Who does this belong to? Who does it belong to? Who does it belong to? And you may feel lightness. You can let go of that thought, replace it with a positive thought, replace it with an affirmation, replace it with an action thought. Suppose your mind is saying, कुछ नहीं होने वाला है मेरा, nothing is going to happen. Now I am a deadbeat. I am down. I am broke. I am bankrupt. I am screwed up in my life. Suppose this kind of a thought comes. What should you replace it with? When you are down, the only way to go is up. So to get into action, put a positive thought. You can. Simple. I am alive. I am alive today. I have a choice today. I have a choice for action today. Replace that. And the more we cultivate the art of silencing ourselves really in our mind also by following many practices that I've given you, then your inner knowing will start guiding you. Your inner voice will start guiding you. So I ask you all to silence yourself and your mind for the next 1 minute, please. One of the easiest ways to do that is to focus on your breathing. Put all your attention on your nostrils and be aware of your breath as it goes in and out. And as you do that, drop all your barriers and be open to receive the energy that I'm directing towards you. And say to myself, say to yourself, I am a wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human being, and I deserve a life of ease, joy, and glory. I am a wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human being, and I deserve to have all my dreams come true. I am a wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human being, and I deserve to be loved, respected, and to be happy. I am a wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human being, and I will always seek things that make me happy. I will always attract everything that I require with ease and joy. I will attract support with ease and joy. I will attract love with ease and joy. I will attract whatever money that I need with ease and joy. I will attract love with ease and joy. I will distribute love with ease and joy. The universe has enough for everybody, including me. The universe wants to give to me, just like it wants to give to everybody. I will not make it complicated for the universe to contribute to me. I will be open with grace to receive whatever. I will operate from a belief that I deserve the best in life. I am a wonderful, magnificent human being, an extraordinary human being, and I will allow myself to love myself without fear of becoming arrogant. I will allow myself to love myself, knowing that even whatever level of perfection I am at, there is always a scope to add more value. There is always a scope to become a better version of myself, and I am opening myself up for that. I'm a wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human being, and I will stop judging myself and others. Even though I have very high self-set standards, which I can evaluate myself against, I don't have to judge myself just because I have not reached my standards as yet. All the standards that I'm setting out are the standards which I have received from the world. The Creator made me a perfect, wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human being. And in order to be able to fit into this great world, I have my standards and I am okay to have them. But I will not judge myself if I haven't yet attained whatever I have yet to attain, and I will focus on what I have achieved so that it empowers me. When I focus on being grateful and acknowledging and appreciating what I've received, it gives me the power to attract more energy, to be able to do more. I'm open to be in a state of awareness that keeps on telling me what my purpose is. Now, there may be a purpose that I was born with, and there is a purpose which unfolds moment by moment, day by day. There may be a purpose for today, there may be a purpose for the next 1 hour, there may be a purpose for the next 10 seconds, and I'm open to listen to the universe, to the subtle signals coming to me all the time. I will start by listening to my conscience. I will start to notice how I have made my conscience numb. I will allow honor, trust, allowance, gratitude, and vulnerability to enter into my life. The more I allow these things to enter my life, the more I will attract with ease all the abundance of the universe, which is what I really desire. From now, I shall distinguish between the noise in my head and the awareness that is always coming from within, telling me the right thing to do. It's always telling me the right thing to do at this moment. I will not allow debilitating thoughts to enter into my mind. I shall replace them with positive thoughts, affirmations, and action thoughts. I will allow thoughts which keep me on track towards my goals and my fulfillment of my choices. And with lots and lots of love in my heart, I will slowly and gently open my eyes. So thank you guys for participating in this exercise.